Hey, I'm Jake Wetter with The Rep for another episode of Drinking with the Stars. I'm taking it easy. I went for a little more colorful drink right now. This is called the Aviation here at Mixology in West Hollywood. And Joe Manganiello is here. He plays Alcide in True Blood. And first of all, we got to start with the cheers.
Cheers.
Because it has to be on camera. Okay, so season 7 of True Blood.
The final season.
I know. Is that a little crazy to hear or to say?
Yeah, I mean, I remember where I was when I saw the first episode when it first premiered. And I wasn't on the show, of course, at that time, but I mean, I remember watching it. And
Where were you?
I was in North Carolina at the Riverview Suites in Wilmington, North Carolina, shooting season 6 of One Tree Hill. And it was a Sunday night, and I remember watching it.
Did you ever think that you would be joining, what, season 3? Be joining in season 3?
No, I did. Well, you know what?
I'll
tell you this. Yeah, I did want to. And then there was this big fan campaign online, fans of the books, who were also fans of One Tree Hill, funny enough, who started blogging that I should play this werewolf when he shows up in season 3. So I was aware that there were books, where there were werewolves in it. And then in season 3, that character should show up. And then it happened, that really trips me out.
Yeah, what was that day? What was that day like you found out you booked Alcide?
Well, I had 3 auditions, and it was actually my first audition for Alcide. I had originally auditioned for another character, for Cooter, because Cooter was the first werewolf to show up, so they just brought me in for that. But I remember driving home and getting into my driveway, and I got a phone call that was a conference call from my agent and my manager, which usually means something good. They usually conference call
you. So you can hope for in Los Angeles or Hollywood.
And so you get the conference call, and I had just finished the audition. I was driving home from the audition, and they said, "You got it," and it was like, wow.
Now, does that happen in Hollywood, driving home from the audition?
Yeah, it happens every once in a while. You get, I mean, sometimes they don't decide that quickly, but you know, according to Alan Ball, I guess, after my first audition for Cooter, the door closed, and he said, "That's not Coot, that's Alcide."
They knew you wanted you.
They stuck my headshot up on the wall, and it stayed there until I was cast.
So, looking back over the seasons that you've done, how much do you think Alcide has changed?
Well, I think, you know, they had this experimental phase with Alcide where it's like, you know, let's make him a total jerk for a season and see how that flies, and it was.
Some of the fans got a little disappointed. They're like, Alcide's a little jerk.
Yeah, and I was too, because it was just a bit unsupported. And there was a whole story arc with Robert Patrick's character that was supposed to run alongside all these tensions of him leading the pack. But really and truly, I mean, it was basically like, you know, Alcide took over the Werepanthers, you know what I mean? It was like a bunch of kind of meth head militia people. And I was like, what girl's fantasy is to run off and live in Waco with David Koresh? Yeah, I mean, it's like, I don't know if that's like how many girls think that's sexy. And sure enough, they didn't. So, you know, but luckily he kind of came back to center towards the end of season 6, and then, you know, now you get him and Slicky playing house.
Joe Manganiello here at Mixology in West Hollywood for another episode of Drinking with the Stars. Cheers, man.
Cheers.